Well, we're getting hot again as we get into these next couple of days, hot enough that we've issued that weather alert day as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. Those look like the two dangerous days where that heat index is going to climb up over 105 degrees. So you've got to drink a lot of water, take extra precautions to get around that dehydration, that heat illness. And again, National Weather Service has expanded this heat advisory, again, expecting those heat index values to soar up over that 105 mark. All of us going to be covered on Wednesday. Some of us haven't quite been extended into Thursday just yet. I'll show you why here in just a second. Latest look at Future Track, though. Today, into the upper 90s we go. Again, not exactly what we would consider dangerous levels, but kind of depends on the extent of the exposure. You want to avoid about 2 to 5 o'clock. That's going to be the worst of it today. Tomorrow, back up around 105, so we are getting on that threshold here as we get into some more southwesterly winds. Watch what happens, though, as we get into Wednesday. Winds out of the west, and again, a lot of times that can spell what we call a bit of an overperforming, at least setup here. Could even be a little bit worse as we get out ahead of this frontal boundary. And that's why, again, not all of us have been extended into Thursday. If this front shows up a little bit sooner into Thursday afternoon, that would take a sizable chunk out of some of this heat. Right now, though, it doesn't look like that's how things are going to be shaking out. Looking at humidity tracker, and again, getting into Wednesday, here it comes. We're back to near 70 degrees for those dew point temperatures. As this front approaches, though, this is why we think Thursday has that potential to probably be the hottest feeling day out there as we get into this week, because a lot of times we throw that moisture up into that boundary, and it can oftentimes what we call pool up, where it gets a little bit worse just out ahead of some of this. And you can see at least Future Track trying to pick up on some of those darker greens. But what that also does, gives these storms maybe a little added kick if they can get up and going right along that boundary. That is plenty of fuel for some of those storms to fire on up. So the Storm Prediction Center has at least picked up on that and highlighted a good majority of us here. It kind of depends on when that front wants to be moving in. So that's what we're going to be tracking getting into Thursday. Again, that severe threat pretty low as of right now. If we do pick up some storms, it's likely Thursday night into the overnight hours, right on into Friday. And then from there, we're back into a bit of an active pattern, but that's actually going to help us out a lot more. Going to keep those afternoon highs in the 80s getting into this weekend.